Today's question is, how do I forgive my enemies? Which is a really good question because forgiving our enemies is one of the hardest commands Jesus gives us, but I actually believe it's one of the most transformative as well. When we ask, how do I forgive my enemies? We need to first look at how Jesus did it. While hanging on the cross, suffering immense pain, Jesus prayed, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. Jesus not only forgave those who persecuted and crucified him, but he modeled how we too can learn to forgive others. The why behind forgiveness is actually really clear. Jesus forgave us first, and so we should forgive others. We're called to extend the same grace that we have received. And what I've learned too is that unforgiveness binds us to the past, but forgiveness frees our hearts from bitterness and resentment so that we can actually move forward. See, when we forgive, we release the power of our enemies that they have over us, just as Jesus released us from the grip of sin through his sacrifice. The how of forgiveness starts with recognizing that forgiveness is not a feeling. It really isn't, because it doesn't feel good or easy. It's a choice. It's choosing to release anger and the desire for revenge, trusting God to be the one who brings justice. So here are some practical steps that I have learned in forgiving the enemies in my life. First, I've learned to pray for them. If we ask God to bless them, even when it's difficult, it changes everything. And then it's okay, secondly, to acknowledge that we're hurt. It's okay to admit that there's pain, but then we've got to choose to let it go and give it to God. And then third, we need to remember Jesus' example. We need to keep in mind that Jesus first forgave us, and his grace extended to us was so that we could learn by his strength and in his power to forgive others in the same way. And then finally, we have to release it daily. I'm learning that forgiveness is often a process. It's not a one-time event. So I've got to keep choosing to forgive every day. And here's what I've learned. By forgiving my enemies, I reflect the heart of Jesus, and I actually allow his peace to fill my life.